All right, everybody, buckle up.
It's time for another deep dive.
And let me tell you,
This one is a real head scratcher we're
the
tackling.
grandfather paradox today.
Oh, a classic.
It is a classic. We've got a great article here.
About it.
And basically,
We're going to be looking at this idea of time travel, right?
right,
But more specifically,
the paradoxes that can come up
yeah.
when you mess with the past, but you
That can
actually
erase yourself from existence.
the big question.
Big question. So to start off,
For anyone who's maybe not,
totally familiar with this.
what exactly is the grandfather paradox?
Okay, so imagine this.
You've got a time machine, right?
Okay.
You hop in,
You go back in time.
and for whatever reason, you end up causing the death of your grandfather
Whoa.
before he ever met your grandmother.
That's dark.
It's a bit dark,
Yeah.
but it's to illustrate a point.
Oh, okay.
Because think about the consequences.
If your grandfather's gone.
Your dad's never born.
Right.
You're never born.
So then who went back in time?
That's the paradox.
Exactly. It breaks the whole cause and effect chain.
Whoa.
And it doesn't have to be about killing grandpa.
Okay.
Any action that prevents your own birth, boom, paradox.
It makes you think, like,
All those stupid things you did as a teenager,
oh, yeah,
could they have?
unintentionally erased me.
Who knows? Maybe you were supposed to trip and fall into that fountain.
Right. Exactly.
And change history.
Thankfully, I did not.
And here I am.
And here you are. It's a really fascinating concept.
It is. And you know,
It's really cool.
this idea didn't start in some physics lab.
No.
It actually came from...
Science fiction.
Really?
Way back in the early 1900s.
Get out.
These early sci-fi writers were already thinking about this stuff.
Like, imagine you're reading Amazing Stories magazine, right?
Okay, yeah.
And you come across this story about a guy who goes back in time.
And messes everything up.
Wow!
They were already wrestling with these ideas.
Guys like Charles Kluge, Nathaniel Schochner, they were all over this.
And then there's this French author, René Barjavel.
Okay.
He wrote a book in 1943 called Le Voyageur Imprudent.
And guess what?
Uh,
He asks the grandfather question straight up.
no way.
It shows this wasn't just a plot device.
They were really exploring the implications of time travel.
So it's like from the very beginning.
Sci-fi was kind of foreshadowing
Absolutely.
these big physics questions.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And now I'm kind of like freaking out a little.
Because if messing with the past is so risky,
Is there any way to
fix this paradox,
No.
or are we all doomed to accidentally erase ourselves?
Well, there are some theories out there.
Okay.
One is the Novikov Self-Consistency Principle.
That's a mouthful.
It is. Basically, it says...
The universe has safeguards.
Okay.
It won't allow paradoxes to happen.
Oh, interesting.
So you might try to change something.
But something will always stop you.
So, like what?
Your gun jams.
You miss your shot.
You suddenly get a terrible stomach ache.
So, like...
Cosmic forces are conspiring.
Exactly.
To keep things consistent.
To maintain the timeline.
Okay, I can kind of see that.
But isn't there...
More mind-blowing possibility.
Oh, you bet.
This is where things get a little quantum.
Okay, I'm listening.
It's called the many worlds interpretation.
Whoa, okay.
Ready for this?
Hit me.
Every choice you make
Every action.
creates a split in the universe.
Wait. So
Like every decision creates a whole new reality.
basically, it branches off.
Like a tree with infinite branches.
So you go back in time, you change something,
You're not erasing your old timeline.
you're creating a new one.
So there are infinite maze
Potentially.
out there living different lives.
It's wild, right?
That's
incredible.
It is. It opens up so many possibilities.
And it leads to even more questions.
Like what?
Hmm.
What if this whole paradox thing,
Isn't a glitch in the system
but a sign that backward time travel?
is straight up impossible?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Like, maybe the universe has rules
Yeah,
that prevent us from messing with the past.
that makes sense.
And it all comes back to the grandfather paradox.
This thought experiment that forces us to confront,
The very nature of reality.
it's like, are we really in control of our choices?
Free will versus destiny.
Exactly.
Big questions, right?
Mind-blowing. And the fact that...
This whole thing came from science fiction.
No.
It's crazy.
It's like they were onto something.
Think about Back to the Future.
Oh, classic.
Exactly. They played with these ideas
And it resonated with people.
because deep down,
We're all fascinated by time travel
Coldplay,
and the paradoxes.
make it even more intriguing.
Okay, so let's recap real quick.
We started with...
This idea of accidentally erasing yourself
Right.
by killing your grandfather.
Then we explored
These wild theories.
about the universe protecting itself.
Or maybe infinite realities branching off.
And we even touched on
the possibility that backward time travel,
might be impossible.
it's a lot to take in.
It is.
But here's one last thought to ponder.
Yeah.
If changing the past creates new timelines,
Could there be versions of us out there
living totally different lives?
based on seemingly small choices?
Whoa, that's a good one.
So much to think about.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Into the grandfather paradox.
Keep those brains buzzing.
And we'll see you next time.